My people, how are you today? Oh, it is August the 8th. The Lionsgate portal. I got my green tea in my grandma's cup. Yes, indeed. Yes, indeed. You might see me sipping a few times because I don't like cold green tea. Hope you're practicing self-care. You all know I typically do my Wednesday wisdom. Sometimes they end up on Thursday or Friday, but it's still a Wednesday wisdom. Okay, but today we're going to talk about this Lionsgate portal. You've heard me often talk about numerology. I do come from a biblical numerology standpoint. I haven't studied maybe some of the other realms of numerology. And as time goes on, I may delve into some of those just for knowledge's sake. But what we are seeing here is a powerful time, a powerful portal. Okay, 8-8, repeating numbers. I did a whole video on that, repeating numbers. All right, and ascension and spiritual awakening. All right. And this portal is not just a portal. We hear people connect all the time the number 8 with new beginnings. It's not just new beginnings. It's new beginnings in a new direction. New beginning in a new direction. All right. You're not just starting something new, going in the same vein, going down the same path. Not only am I starting something new, but I'm going in a new direction. All right. I'm moving toward new people. I'm moving toward new places. I'm moving toward new opportunities. All right. And it is important as chosen ones for you to understand this. Understand that until you make up in your mind that you're tired of being in the comfort zone, of not moving and staying stuck and going against what the Holy Spirit is prompting you to do. The Holy Spirit will give you a gentle nudge and you'll feel it in your heart center to move in a certain direction. But because of fear, anxiety, resistance to change, fear of uncertainty and fear of the unknown, many don't move in that new direction. All right. So it is very vital that you understand the importance of this 8-8 Lionsgate portal. Okay, as chosen ones, we have been given a spiritual push to move forward in a new beginning in a different direction. So we're not going back to the things of the past. Okay, that cycle closed out. Okay, that cycle is closed out. It is completed. A decision is being made. All right, you're making a clear decision to say, you know what? I don't even want anything from the past. I want a new beginning in a new direction. Holy Spirit, thank you for that guidance, for the new beginning in the new direction. All right. We as chosen ones are constantly being given spiritual support to do the things that we need to do in the earth realm. All right. What blocks that is a lot of times what we are doing. And it's almost like we're doing it to ourselves. For instance, if you surround yourself with people that are low vibrational, people that are engaging in habits that bring them low, okay? People that are engaging in activities that keep you low, okay? If you're an individual that involves yourself in a lot of toxic things, now you can be chosen and still involve yourself in a lot of toxic things. And the Spirit's job is always to get you to walk away from those things so that you can really experience what it feels like to move in a different direction, fully trusting the Holy Spirit as your guide. All right? If you are not paying attention to who you have around you, all right? If you're wanting to go higher but you're surrounding yourself with people that are lower, all right? People that keep you involved in things that keep you low. You're drained all the time. You're fatigued all the time. Now, I know I'm helping some people because some of you are wondering why you're so stuck, all right? And it doesn't matter that your heart wants to move in another direction. Your feet are keeping you anchored because the people you are around, you feel comfortable enough because they're not changing and you're not changing. And you fear change. Your anxiety increases when you think about change. All right? When you think about moving in a different direction. All right? You're focused more on what is coming against you to move in a different direction. And many of you, the people that you've surrounded yourself with, are a big part of why you haven't moved, why you're still stuck. And you're calling them your friends. That's my best friend. No, those are my people. That's my tribe. But your tribe is a part of the reason why you're stuck, why you're trapped in ego and pride. And you can still be chosen, but you're not growing. And I want you to hear that, chosen ones. It's time for growth. You know that it's time for growth. All right? And I talk a lot when I'm talking to chosen ones at different times, and even my dialogues on my lives on TikTok, we talk a lot about isolation and how uncomfortable that might be, how lonely that might be, but it is necessary. It's what I call necessary isolation, where you're pulling yourself in for healing. You're pulling yourself in that you may hear, because you cannot think clearly when you surrounded yourself around a lot of energy that is low. All right? If you surround yourself around people that have lack mentality and poverty mindsets, people that put a lot of things in their body that damage their body in the long run, okay? Addictions. When you surround yourself with people like that, you become them. You become them. And you resonate where they are because you don't have enough in you to pull yourself up. You're intermingling with their energetic field. So that's why many of you are tired and many of you are fatigued. And that's why this message of the Spirit prompted me this morning. Release this message. Release this message that it is time for you to move in a new direction with this new beginning. The past has to be closed off. And many of you already know this, but you've been procrastinating. You've been procrastinating. Even on last night, I did not go to sleep like I normally would. I typically sleep very well at night, but the Spirit was talking to me about what to share today. And it's just time to close those doors permanently. As chosen ones, if you really have a desire to do all that Holy Spirit has given for you to do, it's going to require different environments. I've even been looking at, I am in Texas right now. I am originally from North Carolina, born and bred North Carolina. But I've also been looking at other areas for relocation because I want to make sure that even the geographical location that I am in fits with where I am resonating. And your geographical location matters. When I first moved to Texas, I was in a city that was very low vibrational and you could feel it. It was draining. And because I'm very intuitive and I'm very sensitive to atmospheres. When I relocated to another city that was higher in frequency, I immediately could tell the difference. Even when I had to travel back into that city, all right, for different things, I immediately can sense the shift, even driving in my car, going toward that city. That entire area is low on the vibrational scale. And I could feel it. I could feel it. And if you are in tune with yourself as chosen ones, you're going to feel the difference when you walk in a room and something shifts. Okay? That's just not the collard greens you ate the night before. You're picking up the leveling down of your frequency. All right? Your spirit has picked it up. Because when you resonate here and you go into a place that's here, you're going to immediately sense that. And you have to, at that point, protect yourself to make sure that you don't fall low like everything else that's in the room. All right? And I got to a place where I don't even enjoy going in that direction if I have to go in that direction. And typically when I have to go toward that area, I typically do whatever I need to do and get on back to where I am, to my area, the current area that I'm in now. But there even, even when I was researching, it was 2 other states that I was researching for relocation that are closer to the ocean and that have a lot of natural landscape. Those are the areas that is better suited, okay, for where I am spiritually. So as chosen ones, some of you may be looking at relocation. You may be looking at putting yourself in a different geographical area, okay? Making sure that it fits where you are. A new beginning in a new direction. A new beginning in a new direction. All right? Many of you may be looking at your circle. And this is something that you have to understand, looking at your relationships as well. This is something I went through. And as I began to ascend, and I did all of mine. Some people like to, when they're going through an ascension process, they don't do a lot of isolating. But their ascension process tend to take a slower rate than someone that really pulls themselves in and deals with themselves, deals with the healing. I said that on my TikTok live, I think last week. Goes through the proper healing, the woundedness that we have endured, all right? And it takes isolation for healing, all right? And the isolation isn't so you can move into a depression. The isolation is for you to really sit with yourself and say, okay, I have been wounded. I do need to heal. I don't need to move from one relationship to another or one opportunity to another. Right now, I need to just heal. Okay? And you'll know when you're ready. You'll know when you're ready to take that new beginning in a new direction. And some of you are seeing slower progress in your healing because you're just refusing to sit with yourself. And when you refuse to sit with yourself, you can't activate the self-love. And so you're staying in codependency. You're nursing your abandonment. You're nursing your rejection. You're nursing your woundedness. All right? You're staying close to people that are draining you. Financially, they're draining you. Emotionally, they're draining you. And you know that they're draining you. But you also know that there is something better. But it's going to take you in a different direction. And it's going to take courage for you to go in that different direction. All right? You can take your time going in a different direction. You can take your time. You have the power to do so. But what will continue to happen is you're going to continue to feel that weight, that heaviness, until you move in a different direction. The Spirit is always aligning the chosen ones toward healing and moving. All right? You can try to resist it as much as you can, but after a while, you're going to be so exhausted with resisting that you won't have any choice but to move in a different direction. It will wear you out fighting against the Spirit's best for you. All right? It'll wear you out. One thing that I have learned is that I have in times past tried to hold on as much as I could to people, to things, to jobs, opportunities that were draining me. They just were not meant for my highest good. But at the time, I also was struggling with abandonment and codependency, and just hoping that each time that I would return to something that it would be better. And it wasn't. So what happens is, as you continue to ascend and grow and heal, you figure out this time there's no looking back, because you're at such a level that it's like turning around, causes turbulence in your spiritual equilibrium. And you can't go back. The door has to be shut permanently. Okay? And listen, chosen ones, there will be those that will want to re-enter your life during your ascension. It was something when I went to North Carolina. I think I mentioned it on another video. We did have a death in my family. It was actually my children's father. I have 2 grown sons, and their dad passed away suddenly. And so, I actually was in North Carolina almost 8 days. Just with the services, and actually it was 2 different weeks. I was 4 days one week, 4 days the next week. So 2 weekends straight I was in North Carolina. And during that time, I had someone return because of the death of my son's father, and they heard about it. And they didn't treat me well before when we were connected. And actually, they did me pretty dirty. But when they returned to ask for forgiveness and wanting to restart that connection, I'm in a place of unconditional love, so I don't hold unforgiveness in my heart. That has been a benefit of my ascension journey. But what I also realize is that person is still at that place where they were when we were in connection. And so returning to that connection and they're still in that state, I knew was not going to be good for me. And I had to choose a new direction. Okay? And it wasn't a fly-by-night, but we were pretty close. And so I think in light of the death, it was their opportunity to come in to my life, and they knew I was on a higher side. They'd been kind of watching me and hearing about, the things that I have been doing so far as ministry is concerned, the demonstration of power, the working of the Holy Spirit through me. They had heard about that. And so I think they saw it as an opportunity, well, I can come back in. So while I accepted the apology and forgave them, returning in that state. Now, if they were in a different state, it'd be easier for me to accept it, but there has not been any growth. All right? There has not been any growth. And as chosen ones, you got to be able to look and see, where has there been growth? Anyone can change, and I'm not saying that they can't. Everybody has opportunity to change. And in my opinion, no one should be just written off because they're never going to change. I don't believe that. I believe everyone can change. But I also believe that this is a time as chosen ones that we choose better. We make better decisions about who we have in our life, the connections, the relationships. I'm kind of enjoying going in a new direction. It's lighter. It's lighter for me to move in a new direction. It's not heavy. There's not a struggle. Even when I meet someone now, it's not a struggle because the divine has arranged it. Because of where I'm resonating, I'm able to pull in people like me. All right? Now, I'm also pulling in people that are not like me. But I'm immediately able to pick up, I can chat with you, but I can't spend any time with you because I've got to protect my energy. And I'm not even going to chat with you but so long. And you all, that's not being judgmental. It's me choosing me. For the first time in my life, it's me choosing me. So there's things in this season that you won't even entertain. I won't even entertain. There are certain people I will not entertain. Because if I can pick up that you have not grown and that you're still in the same place, you're still hanging around the same low vibrational people, it's not going to take me long to figure it out. It's not much I can do with you from an inner circle standpoint. Okay? It's different if someone is reaching out to me to be taught something or to be mentored or they're booking a session for me to help. That's one thing. But I'm speaking about when people want to come back into your life and they haven't grown, or people that have hurt you deeply, okay? And they see you at a different place and then they want to come back in, hoping that you have forgotten about how they deeply hurt you. And because you're in this new unconditional love space, hoping that you'll just forget about what has been done. But this isn't a time to forget. You remember what they've done and you can forgive them. But you can choose to go in a different direction toward relationships that serve your highest purpose, that serve your highest good. Okay? Pay attention to that in this 8-8 portal, especially in relationships. It causes us as chosen ones to be a little bit more discriminate, a little bit more picky in our relationships. And you're going to find the more I have seen it, the brighter my light shines, the more opportunities come into my life. And that for relationships, for dating, all right? It's like when you're a light bulb, you pull everything in. And then you have choices like, okay, let me look, what does this person have to offer me? Okay, I see what this person has to offer me. And this is for you chosen ones that desire relationship. When you, as you are ascending, these opportunities are going to present themselves. What does this person have to offer me? Can they relate to me where I am spiritually? And can they fulfill my needs naturally? And I hate even use needs. I would rather say desires. Because when you're connected to the Holy Spirit, you really don't have a need necessarily. The Spirit meets all of those, but you have desires. Okay? And the Spirit may not meet it the way you want it to be met, but it's always met. So I look at now, when someone asks me out, am I going to go out? I'm thinking about it. I'm not looking at how they look. Okay, I'm not just looking at their outer. I'm looking at, okay, let me listen to them talk. Because when you're drawing people to you and you understand your purpose and assignment in the earth, you know that you cannot intermingle with everyone. Chosen ones, we just can't intermingle our energy with everyone. Everyone doesn't mean you good. All right? And everybody that says they love you don't. Some of them don't even love themselves. And if they don't love themselves, they can't love you. Okay? Pay attention to that in this 8-8 portal. You're ascending. You're going higher. That means you're going to have to do some new stuff. You're going to have to do some new stuff with some new people. I'm excited about that. I'm excited about making new memories with new people. And I'm excited about closing chapters. All right? This portal has given me that. And it makes me feel happy inside to know that I'm moving in a direction that's going to give me what my heart desires. Okay? Because what I thought my heart desired at one point, I wasn't in tune enough with my heart. What I thought I desired and what I thought I wanted ended up hurting me. So now, as I move into this, and I've been on this journey, I'm going to stay on it for a minute. Okay? For a minute. I'm going to stay on it because it is what brings me peace. But to know I'm moving into what the things that have been prophesied over my life from a child, I'm moving into that. The wealth I'm moving into. Healthy connections. Companionship I'm moving into. All right. I've never even thought about remarrying until now. Now that's big for me. Anybody that know me know that that's big for me to say. Okay, I didn't even think. I hadn't. It wasn't on my mind because I was working on myself. But now I've shifted. And so now a desire of mine, and chosen ones you will shift to, is okay. I actually can have a healthy connection with someone that's energetically fit for me, spiritually fit for me, naturally and emotionally fit for me. And that could move into a long-term connection. Okay? I'm looking for people I can do life with. All right? That excites me. And I didn't think about that before. So that's how I know I'm moving in a new direction with a new beginning, because I'm thinking differently. I'm closing doors I didn't close before. I'm thinking differently. All right? I'm moving swiftly in another direction. All right? And wherever it takes me, I know that the Spirit is guiding me. Chosen ones, the Spirit is guiding you. In this 8-8 Lionsgate portal, I want you to take courage. I want you to understand that the Holy Spirit wants what's best for you. I want you to understand that anyone you have to walk away from, or any circle you have to separate from. Some of you will have to separate from your family because their belief system is just not like yours. and they're not budging. They're wanting you to be like them. And some of you will have to pull from that. But the Spirit will give you another family. Your blood family can never be replaced, but a soul family will be given to you. People that can relate to you. And it will help soothe your heart. Because some of us have been so dependent on family, pleasing family, that we have stayed stuck. I did that for years before I really start coming into who I am authentically. And me doing it differently didn't really change the love I have for my family. I think now we're even closer because there's a respect for everyone's differences. No one is looking at another funny. All right, but that happened over time. All right, and it will happen in your life over time. Even if they don't agree with it, they're going to have to respect it because you're being successful at it. You may not like it. You may not agree. But respect is being given to me in this arena or in this area. Okay? Guess what? I love you, but I want you to love yourself more than me. Keep healing, chosen ones. Choose not just a new beginning on this 8-8 portal. Choose a new direction. And I'll see you next time. Toodles.